I die, like, when my kids ask who is their daddy, like, I'm still gonna be their daddy. Like, it's the only thing that I can literally say is mine when I leave. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I take that dead serious. But I like being by myself. Like, I like peace and quiet. I like, it's like I'm a loner, bro. I do better and come up with better than I make money, do a lot. Yeah, I do everything better, bro, just being by myself. Being around a lot of people. Hey, what's poppin'? It's the kid. It's Dolph. As you all know, tonight, me and my brother Key Glock, we dropping a new tape tonight. Dumber Part 2. Yeah.
In the industry, who was he doing business with? He was doing business with the Superman group.
That shit, bro. Dolph told me this shit, bro. He's like, bro. Yeah, bro, I'm getting too much. Dolph told me, bro, I'm getting too much motherfucking money, bro. I'm getting too much fucking money, bro. He told me that shit, bro. I'm getting too much fucking money, bro. I'm getting too much fucking money, dog. Nigga, he told me that shit, bro. And at the same time, like, oh, cool, like, he said, bro, I'm getting too much fucking money, bro. They gonna wanna kill me, bro. They gonna wanna kill me, bro. He said, bro, if I ever found out, he said, bro, if they ever kill me, bro, I want you to go on live, nigga, and talk your shit, bro. If they ever kill me, bro, and that's all, nigga, exactly what I'm finna do. Nigga, they ever kill me, bro, they go on live, nigga, talk your shit. Yeah, I'm finna talk my shit, nigga. Talk about nigga that, nigga, kill me, nigga, go on live, nigga, and let everybody know. I'm finna let every motherfucking know, nigga. Straight up, nigga, that was my motherfucking brother, nigga. Fuck wrong with y'all niggas, bro. Nigga, this shit was all over nothing. Over nothing, nigga. Over nothing. Over nothing, nigga. And I'm finna let y'all know the reason why they did that to my brother, bro. I'm finna let y'all know, bro. I'm finna let y'all know, bro. But at the same time, shit, bitch, you ain't finna stop nothing I got going on. You ain't finna stop nothing I got going on. Straight up, nigga. They killed my nigga because he was finna buy a record label. He was finna buy, Dolph was finna buy a fucking, Dolph was finna be 50-50 with Empire, nigga.
Do y'all hear that? Listen to this. Stay woke, and I've been telling y'all this for months. Stay woke. I'm gonna break this down for y'all. Stay woke.
Nigga, they killed my nigga because he was finna buy a record label. He was finna buy, Dolph was finna buy a fucking, Dolph was finna be 50-50 with Empire, nigga. Dolph had enough money to be 50-50 with Empire, nigga. The same nigga that signed him. Nigga, when Soulja Boy said that shit, when Soulja Boy came out with that little bullshit ass statement like, oh, Dolph ain't independent. When someone nigga Dolph came to the Empire, to the nigga like, hey, let me buy this bitch. Dolph came to the motherfucker, let me buy this bitch. Let me be co-owner Empire, nigga.
And it's crazy that Dolph told him to do this. He said, they ever kill me, talk that shit. This is exactly what he's talking about because Dolph was about to, he was trying to purchase Empire. It's right here.
Dolph came to the motherfucking people and told these niggas, let me be co-owner Empire, nigga. They killed my bro, nigga, 4 days later, nigga. 4 days later.
4 days after he was about to, after he just talked to Ghazi. After he went in there and talked to Ghazi, let me rewind it a little bit. After he went and talked to Ghazi, 4 days later, he gets killed.
Buy this bitch. Dolph came to the motherfucker, let me buy this bitch. Let me be co-owner Empire, nigga. When when Dolph came to the motherfucking people and told these niggas, let me be co-owner of Empire, nigga, that killed my brother 4 days later, nigga.
This is copy and paste.
You have something I want.
That shit crazy, bro. Think of the odds of that commercial. You got something I want. I'm looking at this shit and I'm looking at this shit, bro. So many of our brothers that got picked off by this bitch. With the same label, bro. Any other time we would have been on nigga head. This many people died from one label.
It's like TV, really straight up. Like a lot of people watch the movie Boys in the Hood. Like I put on everything like that, how our hood was for real, like growing up in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. You feel what I'm saying? But we wasn't on the West Coast, we were down south. You feel what I'm saying? But it was just like that. You know what I'm saying? Hood, I ain't tell what you see people get killed. You know what I'm saying? You see these t-shirts every week, people faces on them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody living with their grandma. You stay with your grandma, your friend stay with his grandma. Y'all parents know each other, they went to school together. His parents played sports, but his parents started being a dope boy. His mom and dad, they this and that, like, it's just straight hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot in this city. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you listen to anybody or you talk to anybody from Memphis, they tell you like, man, you can make that, maybe you can make that anywhere. You can go do anything in the city. Feel what I'm saying? Like, you can be successful and pop and get the jumping in Memphis. Oh shit, you can do it well. You can take over well. Like straight up. You can get Memphis behind you, man. Oh, you ain't nothing that you can't do. Everything else, like, man, like you been put through the hardest test was your first test.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga just be feeling like if I can make it out of my hometown, I'm good. You feel me?
In the streets,
Like,
music,
that's all the nigga be
playing
thinking.
ball. Like, what was your focus?
Let's see what the
In the
spiritual
hood,
is
it's
talking
like,
about.
it's all it is to do
I
play
just
ball.
Dolph basically just talking
That
about
was-
how, you know, Dolph was just like a normal occurrence going over where he from.
And I ended up like hearing this song by 2 Chainz and Young Dolph come on. And when it came on, all of a
That's how
sudden I
she
started getting all these
wound up running
downloads from Spirit. And Spirit was like, oh, he's gonna get canceled for capping. But here's the deal, when it came through, the energy was like, because in the video you guys hear me stating this oh so like, I guess eloquently, if you will. Like, it was like, oh, he's gonna get canceled for capping. That's what I kept hearing it over and over again as I'm listening to the song. And I'm like, well, cancel for capping, like, what does that mean? And then so I ended up, I got my cards, I keep them in my car every now and again, and I just started doing the reading, and it came through as if, again, he's getting canceled for capping because people in his area, and again, I felt like maybe later or whatever, but of course you guys already told me in the comments that he's from Memphis, or in the video also I kept getting like the energy of Memphis, and I ended up getting like just like these downloads about like this street violence, or these people that were almost like against him not being as honest in his music. And so I didn't really equate that to necessarily murder at
And
times.
a lot of people saying
Although
this
I
is
will
the,
say this,
is
I'm going to
the
be completely and
end.
totally honest.
A lot of people saying this is the end of a war. You feel me? So obviously it's been a war going on in Memphis, and you know what I'm saying, it's the backlash of, you know, all the people that got hit up, you know, that can't leave the city, that's fighting this war. You feel me? And now, you know, you starting to see the head getting knocked off. You know, for a lot of people, they felt like that's the end of one war, but you know, for a lot of us, we recognize you going into another war. You know, once you knock off the head, man, you feel me?
Time I kept guys these people in the city were doing, and I kept getting like an energy of violence. That's why in the reading you guys kind of hear me deflecting, and it's really short because I was like, well, that's in my mind. I couldn't understand how him capping was going to equate to somebody wanting to promote an act of violence against him. So that's why I kind of like thought of it in terms of, oh, he's gonna get canceled, maybe his music is not going to do as well, or just something like that. But it turns out that it was literally violence that was coming his way. And so my question that I posed today on like TikTok is even though just because someone's like capping, they're lying, they're not telling the truth, they're representing the reason to ask me why. In someone's mind, that makes sense. So I dare not speak and say that just doesn't make sense, because I realize how naive that is. Because once again, just because it doesn't make sense to me doesn't mean it doesn't make total and complete sense to the person that actually.
I've had somebody in the car with them. But I'm like, one thing I will say, Dolph don't always be on 4th. He comfortable. That's his hood. So he'll go in the damn grocery store. I mean, not a corner store, a grocery store.
Hey, you see how he was parked like he didn't back in. He parked straight in. Like, that's how come.
He parked straight in. Yeah. He parked straight in, and I think Dolph at the post office, I'm dropping off finished stuff out the labels or whatever. He up there through line. Like regular customer. That's him. See what's going on, bro? What you got going on? He did this out of here. He gonna be out there with a $200,000 with the jewelry on. He ain't tripping. Yeah, and just walk around like he had $100,000. Yeah, like, but he got stand struggling over there for 20-some years. What you expect? That's his neighborhood. He wasn't in another nigga hood, bro. I'm telling y'all, this man was literally that's the thing that this man went up and down the street and went in that damn cookie store for 10 years or something. That's regular. That's like y'all going down to the bodega.
That's because they seen him.
Everybody see him, so it ain't shit new here. That's normal. That's a normal stop. Any store out there, that's normal. Dolph will put up at the chicken store and order a 2-piece snack box and eat it right there in the car. That's normal. That's his normal activity. Now, when he go on the other side of town and do that, no, he ain't gonna do that then. But he's in his home base. You see what I'm saying? So that's his neighborhood. So where can you feel comfortable in? Hey, look, I got the picture right now, man. They just sent me the picture of the nigga that shot him. He on the blue sweater with a mask on. The man had a chopper. I'm looking at it right now. But yeah, it just came to my phone, bro. They just, and based on where it was, somebody had been followed. They had been followed. So they call him. They call him vulnerable. They just call him in the store. So if you're going in the cookie store, you ain't looking for nobody up behind you. So they pulled up. They didn't pull in the parking space. They pulled up. The Dolph had somebody in the car with him. Then he told him that you want to, because if he know you, he know what's wrong. Dolph came in and ordered 3 chip cookies and a cup of ice cream. He turned around, went right there by the door a little bit. The 2 that had already pulled up in a white top. The old man saw him. He shot him with an AR-15 pistol and chopped him down right there. And Dolph shot back. But he couldn't. He was telling Dolph to stay with me. He couldn't.
Damn.
That's what happened.
So it wasn't 2 cars?
No, it wasn't 2 cars. It was 1 car. It was a guy in a white car. And they don't know exactly who it is. So, but now it don't come up because it was next door to the restaurant. Yeah, they were at the dollar store. And they had a camera up there. And so, it was said that Dolph had somebody in the car with him. But I'm like, one thing I will say, Dolph don't always be on 4th. He comfortable. That's his hood. So he'll go in the damn grocery store. I mean, not a corner store, a grocery store.
Hey, you see how he was parked like he didn't back in. He parked straight in. Like, that's how come.
He parked straight in. Yeah, he parked straight in. And I think Dolph at the post office, I'm dropping off finished stuff out the labels or whatever. He up there through line. Like a regular customer. That's him. See what's going on, bro? What you got going on? He did this out of here. He gonna be out there with a $200,000 with the jewelry on. He ain't tripping. Yeah, and just walk around like he had $100,000. Yeah, like, but he got stand struggling over there for 20-some years. What you expect? That's his neighborhood. He wasn't in another nigga hood, bro. That's what I'm telling y'all. This man was literally from his grandma's house where he grew up in 2 miles. That's the thing that this man went up and down the street and went in that damn cookie store for 10 years or something. That's regular. That's like y'all going down to the bodega.
That's because they seen him.
Everybody see him, so it ain't shit new here.
That's normal. That's a normal stop. Any store out there, that's normal. Dolph will pull up at the chicken store and order a 2-piece snack box and eat it right there in the car. That's normal. That's just normal activity. Now, when you go on the other side of town do that, no, he ain't gonna do that then, but he's at his home base. You see what I'm saying? So that's his neighborhood. So where can you feel comfortable in? But hey, look, I got the picture right now, man. They just sent me the picture of the nigga that shot him. He on the blue sweater with a mask on, the man had a chopper. I'm looking at it right now. And but yeah, it just changed my phone, bro. They just sent me the picture. He got shot by 2 dudes. So one dude.
If you're
That
interested
shit
in
crazy.
real estate, now is the time to
You don't pay to be on bullshit.
property for
It
40 to
don't.
90% below market value. So the
I like being by myself. Like I like peace and quiet. I like it's like I'm a loner, bro. I do better and come up better and I make money, do a lot. Yeah, I do everything better, bro. Just being by myself. You know what I mean?
So you and your whole crew is all king.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that hang with me, man, all my partners I deal with on a day-to-day basis, everybody getting cake, everybody got morals, everybody got responsibilities. All my partners take care of their whole family, their mamas and daddies, their kids, sisters, everybody. You know what I mean? So like I can't even hang with I can't hang with you. I can't kick it, we can't smoke, we can't do none of that, bro. If you ain't no king, if you don't feel like you no king. Cause we ain't gonna see eye to eye. You know what I mean?
At the same time, I'm sure you knew that was gonna ruffle some feathers.
It don't even matter, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, however anybody want to look at it on from any perspective, on any level, it's facts.
I mean, I'm with you because I feel like you can't say that's a shot at Gotti because I feel like all black men are kings. If that man don't call
Exactly.
himself a king, why not?
It's just like this, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody did it like how I did it coming out my city. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up.
So explain that a little bit because you've been doing it a long time on your own.
Exactly.
No help.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, they jump in they jump in them situations. You know what I'm saying? They jump on them labels. They be quick to sign to this deal, that deal, this deal, that deal. But I ain't never had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never wanted to do that. You know what I mean? Like it ain't too many artists that just really done did it, just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Like 14, 15 mixtapes later. From when you first started, when you were just playing with your homeboys and your boy, like, man, you need to go and put out a tape, bro. Like, everybody gonna rock with you. You know what I mean? It was Paper Route Empire Presents. Now, 15 mixtapes later, Dolph, he gone, he blew up, he got that going on, like, all these tours later. And, you know, everybody know it costs a bag to book Young Dolph. You know what I mean? Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the way to the peak of my career. It's still Paper Route Empire Presents.
I respect it though because it could have been easier if you would have attached yourself with somebody
real
like Gotti.
easy. I could have did that easily. All that would have been easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? I'm holding my own down.
I know you didn't always have it. I know it had to be a struggle. Like you could have signed with Gotti or signed with any label.
Yeah,
What was the reason you didn't?
I just didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at the big picture. You know what I mean? It ain't about Young Dolph. It's about Paper Route Empire. That's my brand. You know what I mean? Like I got too much time invested in it, too much of my money invested in it. You know what I mean? So something can happen to Young Dolph tomorrow. My boys will still be able to eat off of Paper Route Empire Presents. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like that's what I put all on now.
And people have to respect that. If you're saying, okay, I got my own situation.
Hell yeah.
If you can't respect that, what is it? You a hater. You know what I'm saying? Just it is what it is.
You even said people that went from your biggest fan to your biggest hater.
Well, that's when you know you won it.
Yo, exactly.
That's when you know you won it.
Exactly.
Were you surprised with the record Preaching how well it did?
Yeah, cause
But that was a street record that just caught.
exactly. But I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like the usually the records that work for the artists, you know what I'm saying, the ones that take them through there and really blow them up, it be the commercial one, the in love song, or the one about the girl, somebody singing or something. But mine was like, it took you back to 98, 99. You know what I'm saying? Like the Rough Riders, DMX, when all the real was going on, Jigga, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Not the melody, the singing, none of that. You feel me? Like, cause that's what everybody doing. Everybody sound like Future right now, or they sound like Migos, or they sound like Thug. You know what I'm saying? And no, not Dolph. I can't. You know what I mean? So it was just a whole nother sound.
Yep.
you got? Chocolate chill, don't hot. Just for you. Appreciate you, baby. Be safe. Don't hot.
Everybody sound like Future right now, or they sound like Migos, or they sound like Thug. You know what I'm saying? And no, not Dolph. I can't. You know what I mean? So it was just a whole nother sound.
Yeah. What you got? Chocolate chill, don't hot. Just for you. Appreciate you, baby. Be safe.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, See Through the Script here. Today's understanding of what happened, then we decode the story using the practice of gematria, which is a Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into letters. When you spell out a word or a phrase, you get a numerical value. This is then things such as the date, numerology, day of, or the days left in a year. The span of his birthday to his passing, or the individual's most important event in their life that last happened leading up to their death, for that matter. So that's what we do here when we mean decoding. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Let's read this story and then we will do the actual decode. So it states, young Dolph has been shot and killed in his hometown, TMZ has confirmed. The rapper was gunned down Wednesday in Memphis, Tennessee, outside a local cookie store. And there's already a massive police presence with people recording the aftermath. A video from the crime scene shows his car parked outside the shop while police investigate. Fox 13 Memphis was first to report Dolph's death. A source says Dolph went into a store and a vehicle pulled up, firing through a front window and striking the rapper. Young Dolph has been targeted in the past. Back in 2017, he was struck by multiple bullets outside a shoe store in Hollywood, getting hit in the arms and buttocks, requiring surgery. So this is clearly nothing new. He was also shot in Charlotte, North Carolina, over or around 100 times. And apparently he had a bulletproof car, so he was able to stay safe at that time. So unfortunately, there was a lot of bad incidents that were leading up to this man's death, to say the least. So without further ado, let's get into the decode again. RIP to young Dolph, but let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to dive into for this decode is the part of the headline that reads shot and killed, as that is what happened to the rapper young Dolph. And you could see in full reduction that equals 53. Notice the red arrow pointing at that sign, and the sign reads Make Does Homemade Butter Cookies. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing the Make Does part, but that equals 160. With the rules of numerology, that leaves is the 16th prime. And how interesting that it is that young Dolph is shot and killed at this exact place. So that's just one connection. Let's go deeper. So you can also see that the date numerology has a life lesson number of 33 when added as such. And young Dolph, his stage name equals 137, the 33rd prime. And you could see that I have the Masonic compass to the left of young Dolph in the picture, and the Freemasons are behind the scenes in the music industry, and 33 and Freemasonry go hand in hand, as that is the highest degree of Freemasonry, is the 33rd degree. The compass is set at 47 degrees and 90 degrees. When added, that's 137, just like how Dolph's name equals 137, and again 137, the 33rd prime. Also notice that young Dolph and the phrase shot and killed, just using the symbol opposed to the word and, equal 56, and the reduction ciphers, as well as 43 and 34, the reflections. Now the 38 code runs rampant amongst the music industry, specifically rap artists, and you could see that young Dolph's full name, Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., has that 308 value in reverse ordinal. Again, with the rules of numerology, you drop the 0, it's 38. Now notice this list of words here: rapper, Memphis, death, RIP, murder, killing, gematria, Kabbalah. All of these equal 38 in their respective ciphers. These are the 4 base ciphers, very crucial. So you can see how they all match perfectly. Again, young Dolph, his full name, He's a rapper. His death occurred in Memphis. People are obviously saying RIP, myself included. Murder, which he was murdered. Killing, that's what happened. And we're deciphering it with the Kabbalistic practice of gematria. Now, young Dolph died, leaving 44 days left in the year. That's November 17th, the day leaving 44 days left in the year. Wednesday, the day he passed, equals 44. Shooting equals 44. So what a perfect day for a shooting to occur. Literally the perfect day, numerically. Now, notice young Dolph, Memphis, rapper, and murder. Notice that young Dolph, Memphis, rapper, and murder all equal 34 in the reduction ciphers. It's sadly as if he was meant to go out this way, from a numerical standpoint at least. Young Dolph died on the 17th of November. Now notice that young equals 17, Dolph equals 17, shot equals 17, and rapper also equals 17 in our reduction ciphers. Very interesting day, again, for this young man to pass. Now, this part might confuse some people, but equals 7 standpoint at least. Young Dolph died on the 17th of November. Now notice that young equals 17, Dolph equals 17, shot equals 17, and rapper also equals 17 in our reduction ciphers. Very interesting day, again, for this young man to pass. Now, this part might confuse some people, but stick with me here. Notice young Dolph died on November 17th, a date that's written 11/17. Now, the math on 11/17 is very interesting, because for one, if you multiply 11 times 17, that will give you the value of 187. But also, the full number itself, 1117, is the 187th prime number. So a lot of interesting numerical connections with that 187. And most of us know in rap, the number 187 is associated with the homicide code, right? Like a murder. So very interesting that Dolph died on a day that has 187 numerology. And notice that young Dolph and Society of Jesus match in the full reduction ciphers of 56, and Society of Jesus equals 187. If you're still sticking with me from the last part, I hope you'll be able to stick with me through this one. Again, it's pretty straightforward. Young Dolph died exactly 36 weeks from his upcoming birthday, at which he would have been 37. However, he actually died at the age of 36. As you can see there, November 17th to July 27th, 2022 is a span of 36 weeks, exactly. And that's very interesting because 36 is a very connected number to the number of the beast, we could say, being that 666 is the 36th triangular number. And notice that Fox 13 Memphis was the first to report the story. And Fox 13 equals 360 in the Jewish cipher. And again, rules of numerology, zeros are null, leaving us with 36, at which the age young Dolph died. Here's something that's also interesting. Some people might have seen this from a long time ago, so this is more for like the new people, but you could see in Pythagorean numerology, or better known as full reduction to a lot of people, you could see Fox, each value of the letters in Fox sum up to 6. So for example, F is the 6th letter in the alphabet, so we can see how F equals 6, and O is the 15th letter in the alphabet. 1 plus 5, when you reduce 15, equals 6, right? And X is the 24th letter in the alphabet. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Hence how we have the value of 666, right? So perfect news station to report on the death of a 36-year-old. Also tying in to close up the 666 connection from the release of young Dolph's last album, Paper Route Illuminati, to his death, that's July 30th to November 17th, is a span of 15 weeks and 6 days. Notice that 666, when written out in words, equals 156. Dolph died at the age of 36, and again, 666 is the 36th triangular number. From key glocks 24th birthday to young Dolph's death is a span of 107 days. Ritual sacrifice equals 107, sacrifice equals 170, leaving us with the values of 17 when you drop the zeros. And for those who are curious who Key Glock is Dolph's signee to his record label, Paper Route Entertainment. All right, well, that about wraps up this video, so I do appreciate.
That shit crazy, bro.
Want to again take you back to a little history of young Dolph, who was actually born in Chicago, and he moved to Memphis with his family at the age of 2, and released his first, I guess, Steph, really big solo album in 2016, and it went to the top of the charts and did extremely well. And
it was a shout out to Memphis.
Yeah, the king of Memphis.
Yeah,
it actually peaked at number 49 on the Billboard 200 charts, and then just last year, his 7th studio album, which was called Rich Slave, was released in 2020 and became his 8th. His highest charting project, debuting at number 4 on the Billboard 200. So what an impact this young man was making, especially in music as a whole, but especially hip-hop and rap.
That's right, that's right. And again, you don't have to be a music fan or a rap fan in order to be touched by this. This is heartbreaking for just about anybody who lives in this city, to hear that we have lost one of our own.
Because so many people are, let's face it, sick and tired of this happening. What seems like almost every day, you know, you pick up a newspaper, you watch the news, and unfortunately we are reporting about that.
Yes, yes. And as we said, many people are weighing in on this. We heard from, I think, Antonio Parkinson, who is tied loosely to the music industry as well.
Yes,
in the state
into hip-hop music, especially when he and I first met back in the 1990s.
Right.
It has always continued to have an affiliation with music, as well as, of course, being a state representative now.
Right, and we'll go ahead and roll up the prompter to tell you what Mayor Jim Strickland released just a few minutes ago. He says, quote, "The tragic shooting death of rap artist Young Dolph serves as another reminder of the pain that violent crime brings with it. My thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends. To honor all victims of violent crime, I ask for calm in our city to allow the Memphis Police Department to do their duty to capture those responsible. I'd also like to ask that motorists continue to avoid the area of Airways and I-240. He's asking for calm.
Yes, and that's what's definitely needed. Again, as we had reported, we had been actually hearing of some people, you know, parking their cars along the interstate system, trying to walk down to Airways and catch them. As we've been indicating, please do not do that.
Yeah, he has some very, very loyal fans who follow him on social media. If you follow him on social media, you know, he's always, you know, talking about Memphis and where he's from, and giving props to South Memphis and some of the spots that he visits, like Makita's Cookies, where he was today when he was gunned down. But he's a family man, which, you know, may surprise some people, but not to those who follow him. He has a couple of little small kids, and when he's at the Grizzlies game courtside, you might see one of the little kids there. I think once he tweeted that he was Dolph, young Dolph, and the other one was younger Dolph.
Wow.
And it was a millionaire and another millionaire in the making.
I like that.
So he was about passing on what he had gained and to his children as a legacy.
And you remember the story that Jarita Patterson just shared with us about what he wanted to do for his sons as when it comes to buying and purchasing homes. That
generational wealth.
And he was actually, as you can indicate, he was investing, I should say, in Memphis as well, giving back here. So
because he could have lived anywhere.
Yes, he could.
But he chose to remain here in Memphis with the people that he loved and the people that helped make his career.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Motherfucking crazy, bro. It's amazing, though. Like, you know, never know how your life gonna play out. But until it's played out, you know what I'm saying, we never really know, like, how you affected people. Never really know. But what I can say, shit, I clearly see Big Bro made his impact. He made his impact. And I want y'all to pay attention to what's important to this, man. Like, as much as it ain't promoted that, you know, black men are into certain things, it is what it is, though. Like, the proof is still in the pudding. How you see, you know, that both sides are being played against the middle. You know, it's so easy for us to sit over here and just write it off to, you know, this man got into it with some folk, and that's what happened of him. But, you know, it's gonna require a thinking person to actually think their way through these situations and see how these situations are set up, and they wind up playing themselves out by way of our lack of foresight, you know. It's easy for us to sit here and be like, man, there's another senseless killing, but we're not talking about these young folks who don't have no hope other than out here catching bodies and the things that they was told, you know, growing up, the way society was when they came in this motherfucker. You know, society eats its young. So when you see the young start preying on the old, I'm not surprised. Like I said, I see both sides imploding from the middle, man. Imploding from the middle. And then you see the people that's playing the middle, the people that's trying to bridge the gap, the people that's trying to be the in-between for the neighborhoods wind up being the sacrifice. Wind up being the person, and by sacrifice, I mean wind up being the person that we look to now and recognize like, dang, because of everybody's inability to appreciate each other, this person had to be the one to show us like, dang, from the least amongst us, he made himself the greatest. And then even in making himself the greatest, it showed all of us that we still got work to do, because here it is, he's not even allowed to be his greatest self. He's not even allowed to be his greatest self. So what you look like going out here trying to be your greatest self until we fix this fucking problem? Unless you out here doing that same work, you're not trying to fix that problem. Unless you out here putting yourself in harm's way for these people out here who don't know no better. You know, like Pac said, man, I know, man, it's gonna be somebody that look just like me who hurt me because of the way the shit's set up. We being pinned against each other. And who am I to get mad at another brother or sister who don't see that? But I think about that scene with DMX when they was trying to get him to kill the preacher. He recognized the importance of that preacher to the whole scheme of things, you feel me? And how if he took this motherfucker out, how it would affect everything. And I think we just need to think about those type of things. Like, a lot of us need to see, you know, certain examples. Like, you know, how if you change one thing and how it affects everything, like a ripple effect. Like, so as time go on, we're gonna see the effects of this. We don't
Grandma
even
put you
know
up in the
yet
game.
how much this hurts.
Early in the game. You know something. Early in the game. You know something. Grandma told him, don't trust these niggas. Don't trust these niggas. This the game right here. This is how you move and you operate. You running around as a youngin'. And then you know what else I love about him? Because a lot of y'all ain't gonna be able to relate to this day and time because everything is instant gratification.
You talk about Mang Mang?
Hell no.
We talk about Mang Mang? No, we ain't talking about, he wasn't down back then. He was Mang Mang.
How much paper, how much did you stack up cutting that hair? And how old was you? Tell them. Listen, man, I taught myself how to cut hair when I wasn't 12, I was 13. Like 13 years old, I taught myself how to cut hair. So by the time I got to high school, I graduated when I was was 17. So if I'm 17, 12 grade, 16, 11, 15, 14, and a 9. So I would come out of the 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like 14 years old. Like I'm full-fledged chopping. You know what I mean? Like, bro, in the hood, you gotta do something. You know what I mean? Like, me, I couldn't just be a little kid. I couldn't be a little kid.
I mean, they tell me that you was, you know, you got like 16% Mexican in you because they said you had more motherfucking hustles than.
I couldn't. Bro, I couldn't be a little kid, bro.
They said you was a hustler, motherfucker. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, I did back. See, I look.
That shit remind me of Mike, man. Mike Jackson used to say, man, I couldn't even be no kid. You know, and then when you think about the majority of us as people, you know, we don't get that opportunity to, you know, be a kid and grow up. You know, we have to get out here and get it ASAP. Again, man, I just want to say I'm grateful to live in this time. I'm grateful to see these Christ-like figures and be able to recognize them for who they are. I'm grateful. Appreciate you, bro.